Hi everyone!
Hello.
So we're back again, and this time we want to talk about the latest strike drama that has aired on the BBC for the adaptation of the wonderful Career of Evil. They did it in two parts, just as they did with Silkworm.
Yeah.
Because I've now got the DVDs of the other strike dramas.
And they are lovely.
They're wonderful. But yeah, it was two parts, just like Silkworm, and followed this book. Now, this I always knew was going to be hard to adapt anyway, because half of it is written from the perspective of the killer, and half of it is written just as in third person, following Robin and Cormoran as they investigate this case. So automatically, it was how on earth are they going to do this, because they could very easily slip with an angle of a shot and reveal who it is, and there's certain events, things that the killer does that are really...
I'm so glad they didn't.
Yes, really, really hard to read.
Yeah.
So how they were going to go convey that on the screen was very difficult, and it was. I kind of felt comforted that they were going to go dark, but not too dark before each episode, because it was after the watershed that these episodes were on. Yeah. But we got a warning before each episode saying, "Please be aware of X, Y, Z." So I think that, to be fair to the BBC, that they did that. That's a good thing,
I think it should have been 3 episodes.
I agree. I think
Silkworm should have been 3.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to be talking in depth, obviously, so if you don't want to be spoiled, then but
I think that there should be, they should have all been 3 episode seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, I love them, don't get me wrong. I thought it conveyed the mood of the book.
Yes.
And I loved that. But it's like you said, it's a very difficult.
And for me personally, I would have loved more Blue Oyster Cult in it, because Blue Oyster Cult is so prominent in this book, and they did do the bit because Robin and Cormoran are just having a day at the office. Robin signs for a parcel, not knowing what it is. She opens it up and it's a severed leg, and she's a bit obviously startled by that. And attached to the leg is a lyric of a Blue Oyster Cult song, which they did in the drama. But after that, there's more body parts that get sent through the post, and there's more lyrics and such, and every single chapter begins with a lyric from one of their songs. And so you're constantly being fed.
There's a real escalation of violence.
Oh yeah.
And that wasn't really shown.
Conveyed. Yeah.
It was like they didn't really.
It was like it was the leg and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, don't get me wrong, okay, they only had 2 hours to shove this thing
mammoth thing
onto TV, and it's a very complex book.
Yeah.
It would be difficult. I think they did as good a job as we're likely to get, put it that way.
I agree. Just as, with the other ones, and even though, yes, there was stuff changed, I'm perfectly happy with it. I know there's some fans that are going to kick up a fuss, though, with it.
The one thing... Yeah. 2 things.
Two things, yeah.
The bit where Robin is attacked, I wanted a bit more... Rather than Robin. Robin.
Yeah.
Robin!
Yeah, because in the book, when Robin is attacked, he runs.
He does.
Like a madman to get to her. He's screaming down the phone at her because he can hear what's going on. He grabs a phone from a nearby boy who runs after him as well and calls the police on that one and chucks the phone back and back to Robin on this one. He's getting in a taxi. He's frantically trying to get to her. Whereas in this one, he just stood there on the street just going, Robin, hello, Robin. And it was just kind of like, no, that's not right.
I mean, I'm just looking at the scene here, and he's absolutely screaming
all of his text is in capitals.
Robin, I've called the police are on the way, are you listening, you fucker? What's happened? What's happening? Not you.
Taxi.
What's he done to you? He's really screaming at the top of his voice and frantic to get to her. And they didn't really convey that. And that part of me was like, oh God, come on. And the second part, and it's not I think a lot. Well, they say a lot of fans. I think people that have read the books understand that adaptation is adaptation, and it means change.
Yeah.
But at the end, she's not supposed to be exactly happy that she's getting married. She's doing it because she feels she should.
Yeah.
Not because she wants to.
It's said in the book that Robin hasn't smiled at all on her wedding day, and they're at the altar and everything, and it's the I do's bit, and Cormoran comes in and causes a bit of a hoo-ha because he knocks over a load of flowers and he apologises, and that's the first time she smiles, and staring at Strike, she smiles and says, I do.
And she did say, I do.
And that's how the book ends. Exactly, right after she says, I do. That's like the last line of the book.
Yeah.
And they did that in the drama. She is smiling as she gets out the car and everything at the church. Yeah. So that's the only kind of difference. But people have kicked up a fuss that after the I do moment, you see Robin and Matthew walking down the aisle and everyone's applauding happy, which conveys that they actually did get married. And people are going, whoa, that's not in the book. And it's like, no, but hang on. It's... How else are you gonna? You need that establishment shot, I suppose, really, in a drama.
I guess so. And it wasn't really about that. It was about them each knowing that they are okay.
Yeah.
With each other again.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the look that's so important, because they've had a real falling out, and Cormoran's fired Robin. He said, partnership's over. You're fired.
Well,
and walks away.
Look at this, right? She says, the beautiful bride, who had not smiled once in the entire service, was suddenly beaming. I do, said Robin, in a ringing voice, looking straight into the eyes, not of her stony-faced new husband, but of the battered and bloodied man who had just sent her flowers crashing to the floor.
Yeah.
She is married.
Yeah, because she said new husband.
New husband.
But people have kicked up a fuss saying, oh, they've ruined that for us, so that we know that they definitely got married now.
No,
it's like that's not it. That's not
No,
but that's what readers
were
annoyed by. But I wasn't annoyed by it.
I wasn't particularly, but I have to say, I think that this is a jumping off point for the rest of their relationship, because Holiday and Tom played those moments of tension.
Yeah,
so beautifully. I mean, the scene where he saw her ring.
Yeah,
it was like
when because the wedding kind of gets called off at one point, and then gets put back on, and he's gone round to her house and broken in through the back door very easily while she stood there in the kitchen to prove his point that she needs to have better security on her back garden. And sees that she's got the wedding ring on, and he just kind of glances and he's like, oh, you can see he's upset. He kind of takes a step back.
He's in pain.
He takes a step back. He's like, Jesus, what happened? And everything. But the scene between them, I absolutely adored, was the scene where Robin gets drunk.
Yeah.
In the first episode.
Holiday did such a beautiful job with that.
That's a really hard scene.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
But Holiday
sold that beautifully.
Yeah, I'm so glad she got the praise that she did for that scene. Because Robin, she and Matthew have fallen out because she has found out that Matthew had an affair when they were at university, which was, as Cormoran says, well, that was a long time ago. Why did he bring it up? And it's because at the time at university, when it happened, she was attacked, raped, and it was an attempted murder as well. She was just left for dead. And she managed to survive it, and it was really hard for her. And to find out that Matthew was sleeping with this woman who he's still friends with, he's still good friends with, and they had dinner with her the week before, that really hurts Robin, and she gets drunk. And
very drunk,
and Cormoran comes to her aid, and he sits there and listens to her story.
He does, and he doesn't interrupt her. He doesn't try to.
At one point, when she bows her head, she gets really upset. He tries to touch her. You can see he's kind of debating, and he goes to touch her, and she moves her arm up and wipes her face.
Sad.
And it's like,
it's like he was about to hold her hand, and
and
she. I don't think she did it
No, she
knowingly.
didn't do it knowingly because her head was down and she just went up because she was lifting her head and she needed to wipe her eyes. So it wasn't her deliberately going, "No, don't touch me." It was just a fleeting.
And it takes her to Hazlitt's hotel, which looks beautiful.
Yes, but it costs like £400 a night.
I did. I looked it up. It's about £400 a night. It's a very, very good hotel.
Yeah.
And I just like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
This is like, he definitely cannot afford this.
No.
This is crazy.
No.
But I loved that. I loved that. There's, I mean, like the cinematography in it when they go to Yorkshire.
Oh, that was wonderful.
And Barrow and Furness is Lancashire.
Yeah, Lancashire.
Lancashire. Yeah. And there's the shot of outside the hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Of the both like
the windows. You see them getting dressed
so
and stuff like that. It was really interesting, that moment and everything.
It was great. And the confusion over the two rooms.
Yeah.
One single bed in two rooms.
Yeah, it was like 2 rooms, but 1 bed in each.
One bed in each.
You know, it's like...
Oh, yeah. They love each other so much. They really do.
I know. I found Matthew's portrayal interesting in this because obviously he is in the book, but he's not... it's not to the same degree, because in the drama they had this thing where one of the body parts is actually deposited in Robin's kettle in her house rather than sent through the post, and Matthew was there at the time, and so the police are turned up at their house and everything and doing all that, and Cormoran turns up and he has a conversation with Matthew, and I was like, I know that's not in the book, and I didn't mind it, but then at the same time it was just kind of a bit like, no. And they kind of had a little, well, Matthew had a bit of a tantrum at Cormoran, saying, she's done this for you, she's done that for you, and Cormoran's like, she's capable of doing this stuff, trust her. And I walked away, and I kind of like that he didn't come down to Matthew's level at that point. He was just very, you know.
I like that they kind of represent like two sides of masculinity, really. That Matthew is very much protect the delicate flower, don't let her be harmed, and Cormoran's like, well, yes, she's a delicate flower, but she's also a delicate flower who can protect herself as well.
She's got thorns. She's got hidden thorns.
He respects Robin enough
on a completely different level.
On a totally different level to Matthew.
Yeah.
If Matthew respects her at all, I'm not entirely sure he does. But
and it
kind of watered Matthew's character down.
Yeah.
In the drama.
But he still had the points of like getting at her about like, it's the evening after the leg, on the day that the leg arrived, and she's still kind of freaked out by it. And he goes, and he says something like, oh, women's legs through the post, he doesn't pay you enough for that now, does he? And it's like, this is not the time to talk about my salary, you know. It's oh my God. Yeah. I really felt for Robin in moments like that.
He's not a good bloke, really, but I think she forgives him because part of her, I mean, he's her first love.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know with Robin, I think part of her kind of thinks that he's the best she can get.
Yeah.
You know?
I think also what happened to her at university put her in a very bad place for a long time, and lost all her self-confidence, which she did things like the advanced driving stuff, which gets referred to in the second drama and book, in order to get her out of the house, to make her feel comfortable again. Stuff like that. So her confidence was really badly blown by that. So having him there helped a lot, and I think it was kind of, she needed that support, and if she lost that support, she don't know what she would do. So I think it's in a sense, you know, in the back of her mind, not prominently in front of her mind, it might be a kind of fear factor of losing him. What would happen?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're nitpicking,
Yes, we are. We're nitpicking. I mean, we
Nitpicking.
really liked it.
I loved it.
Should
I
we talk
really
about?
loved it.
Should we talk about the suspects? I thought they were well conveyed. There was. I'm going to nitpick about one other thing.
Yeah.
Lang, when Strike meets Lang.
Yeah.
In the book,
he never meets.
He
It's
hard.
done differently. I don't want to say
hard.
it.
Yeah, it's
because if you don't say the twist, because that's just
you can't say the
say the
twist because obviously we don't want to spoil it for you guys. But the in the drama, Cormoran meets Lang coming out of his flat, and they have this bit of a conversation.
Yeah,
and it's good scene, and it kind of establishes some things for him for the way in which they conveyed stuff later on. But at the same time, it's like it feels weird because this is a man who Cormoran. When this arrives, it's like the first name that he says. This guy. Yeah. Who in his list of suspects, because there's like a few people, isn't there? And he's really irked by him. Mm-hmm. And then when he sees him, he's kind of talking to him as if it's someone who he kind of feels a bit funny about, like when you meet somebody who you haven't seen for ages and you might have had like a funny argument or something when the last time so you feel a bit uncomfortable, but you're like, hey, it's new, let's just see what happens. Whereas when he saw his stepdad, there was real tension, and I wanted that tension in that scene with Lang, and it wasn't there.
And it wasn't there. No.
So that was my irk about that scene. Even though I didn't mind them having this meeting that was different from the book, I would have liked it so that it had more of that dark undertone as to what actually happened in their past, because it wasn't really mentioned there what really went on in their past. No, because I was really hoping that we were going to see young Cormoran boxing and everything, because boxing was an element of their storyline. Yeah, but we didn't get to see that, unfortunately. So I would have liked more of that darker undertone in that moment of them meeting. Yeah. I agree. I think it's so difficult though. If it had been 3. Yeah, you could have put all of that in, and and it's not only Kelsey Platt that goes missing. There are other girls that go missing too, and there is an absolute escalation of the violence that this person is perpetrating, and that was kind of lost in the ether somewhere. Yeah, and but look. But we still loved it. We loved it. Really loved it. It just if it had a bit more time, then they could have added in those extra bits of the girls go missing. They could have made that scene with Donald Lang have the darker undertone. We could have seen more about the past. I'm really glad that they didn't cut out the Brockbank scene. Yes, because I'm so happy about that. They could have easily just sort of gone, no, we don't need to do that. But I'm really pleased. Brockbank, I thought they conveyed that very well. Yeah, and especially his new wife and everything, and the kids. That house was exactly how I imagined it in my head when I read the books. I was so happy. And Shankar being Shankar was amazing. I love Shankar. Shankar was awesome. I've got a lot of love in my heart for that man. Yeah, he's wonderful. He's a great man. Wonderful. Yeah, I mean, if they had done also the 3 episodes, they could have done, because Wardle is very much in it all the way through the investigation, whereas in the book he starts the investigation, but then his brother dies in a terrible it was either motorbike or a car accident, I can't remember which. And he gets killed, and then it suddenly gets shifted to this new investigator who doesn't know anything really about Cormoran, who doesn't like him in the slightest, and so trying to get him to work with them, it's like it's really difficult. Really difficult. And so the police aspect of it is quite broken in a sense for Corman, and so when he's trying to do all this extra stuff, as well as Robin trying to do all this extra stuff, and sometimes them not telling each other what they're doing, it makes it it feels like a pressure cooker. Something's gonna snap, something's gonna explode.
That argument that they have,
yeah,
I felt they didn't make it. I mean, when Cormoran goes there and he tells her what he tells her, he's furious with her. Like, properly, I cannot believe you were that stupid. And she's all, but I had to do it. And they're both right and they're both wrong.
She's like, I cannot believe that you would let him remain in that house with that little girl, those two little girls,
knowing what he
is.
Yeah.
And just stand there and let that happen.
Yeah.
I cannot do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's like, but you went there without me, without me knowing.
Yeah.
You tricked my friend into helping you.
Yeah.
I didn't want you to do that. You didn't need to do that. Yeah. And they just have this like clash of the Titans argument.
Yeah.
Whereas in the drama, they just sort of.
Well, they had an argument, but it wasn't. It didn't have the same passion.
Yeah.
From either side.
Yeah.
So it was there. It just wasn't there.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, I wanted to be full on because there's so much. Like I said, as you read in the book, it feels like a pressure cooker. Yeah. Something's going to go off. Yeah. Something's going to.
Which is why when he turns up at the church, it's such a nice
thing.
It's
so wonderful for her
to see him.
But can I, even though we didn't get to see like Corman run, we didn't get the full blown argument and everything. I absolutely adored the moment at the church when he got to the church door and he sort of stopped and kind of, as if he's kind of like debating if he should go in or not, and he rests his head against the church door and he closes his eyes, and it was just such a wonderful, peaceful moment because it was kind of like, should I go in and also calm down, just breathe, because he's been running to be able to get to the church and everything. But I love, like, in the drive to the church, she's saying to Shankar, put your foot down. I'm at the speed limit. Well, put your foot down further then. Yeah. He has to get there. He has to, and everything for her. And I love Shankar in that scene as well.
Jesus, Dad.
What are you talking? He's very.
And I love the when Shankar called her "You're Robin."
Yeah,
she's a nice girl. You're Robin.
Yeah.
I just
And his friends also go.
Ilsa. I
like Robin. Raise an eyebrow, just across the room.
She's amazing.
Yeah, I love Ilsa. She's awesome.
Ilsa's amazing. Robin's amazing, and I just think like. It's going to happen. The fact she's married is irrelevant. It's gonna build, and it's gonna be beautiful when it happens.
But I can't wait for her to find out about Matthew blocking Cormoran's phone number.
Yeah,
because Cormoran in the drama knows he's been blocked because he rang her number and it said your number's been blocked.
Yeah.
Whereas in the drama, in the book, he's leaving her messages and such. And Matthew deletes the messages and then blocks his number. So it's not quite, he doesn't know, I don't think, at that point that he's been blocked.
He doesn't.
So how that's going to reveal itself in the book and the drama, we don't know. How Robin is going to react, I think that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, all I know is no matter what I'm reading, the day Lethal White comes out, I'm buying it and reading it.
Drop absolutely everything and just read that book. Yeah.
Because I need to know.
Yeah.
And we think it's going to be this October.
We think she's finally finished. She's finally finished. And usually for editing, marketing, all that lot, it's usually about 6 months.
To be perfectly honest, marketing. What do they need for marketing? J.K. Rowling has a new book. There you go. Buy it. That's the marketing.
Yeah. If it is 6 months, then that'll be because we're March now, aren't we? April, May, June, September. So and that'll be October is really when you get the beginning of the build up to Christmas.
Big book month is October.
Yeah. So I will definitely be dropping everything that I'm reading at that time to read Lethal White.
I will too.
I'm so excited. But overall, back to the drama, it was well told. I thought for what they had available for them, for what they did, I thought it was well told. Fabulous that has Blue Icicle at the end credits. I'm so happy about that. Don't Fear the Reaper. I love that song. It's fantastic. Well acted. Holiday was fantastic in it, as was the guy who plays Shankar. I thought he was wonderful. Tom was great as always. It was a good bit of work.
It was. Yeah. It was. Of the three, though, Cuckoo's Calling is still my favourite.
I think Cuckoo, the drama-wise, Cuckoo's my favourite, but book-wise, Career of Evil is my favourite. Yeah. Yeah.
But again, it's the differences between what a book can do and what a film can do.
Yeah.
They're not the same medium. They have strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
No matter which way you look at it. But I'm just so happy we have it. That we have these books and we have these dramas. And I can't wait for Lethal White. I think Lethal White is going to... She said on Twitter that it seems that when she writes a series, the fourth book is always the longest.
Yeah.
And we'll see how big it... I want like a chunky book this.
Do you know what I would really like as well? Because we were actually talking about this because we watched Silkworm last night.
We did.
We really want Cormoran's brother back.
Yes, Al Roke.
Al. We love Al.
Al.
Love Al. He appears only in one scene in the book and also in the drama when he goes out to lunch with Cormoran because Cormoran needs to know basically about an argument that took place there and needs to talk to the waiters and waitresses and that. And he gets Al to help him out because it's Al's favourite restaurant and he knows everyone.
He does.
He knows everybody in that place. So he can, he can get information that he can't usually, and they have this really lovely lunch together.
They do.
And the thing about them is that Al was raised by their dad, whereas Cormoran wasn't. And even though you could say, oh well, Al will have more of a love for their dad than Cormoran does, because he was raised by that man who has a positive light. He doesn't really. He's quite cynical about him as well.
He is quite cynical. He's like...
He's kind of like a 25-year-old in a 35-year-old's mind. Kind of, he's older than... He seems older than he is. Kind of like Cormoran in that sense, isn't he? Because people think he's older than 35 when that he is.
And I think that Al is... I think he was probably somebody who loved and idolised his father as he was growing up.
Yeah, and
then realised as he was older what his father actually was.
Yeah.
And I think the actor that played him sort of conveyed that for me very, very well. And like, Dad's been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Oh, that's nice. Like, yeah, I know. Like... the old fucker neglected us, but he's a good musician.
Yeah.
So
they genuinely like spending time with each other.
They do,
even though they don't get to spend much time with each other. Yeah, it's like because Al's had like a music career and everything, and he dresses well and all that lot. He's that, but he doesn't flaunt it in front of Cormoran. No. He's just like, just do my work. He sees it as just as like somebody said, I work in the office.
I really hope
I really like that. Well, she has said in a video that I sent you that I was so happy with, that she said that she knows where Cormoran's going to go and everything. She's planned it all out already, and the people who she has introduced are going to be important in later books. So she's already sewn them in, and I love Al. I think he's wonderful. One thing I just thought of, I did like seeing more of his mum in the Career of Evil drama.
Yeah.
And I loved the thing like Shankar and Cormoran going to her grave and having a beer.
She'd probably love that. Yeah. Actually.
Yeah.
She'd probably love that. Yeah.
And the fact that his uncle Ted, isn't it, brings the pot of flowers,
sea holly.
Yeah. So she's not forgotten by their other family members. Who,
I really hope Lethal White takes them to Cornwall.
It would be cool if it did.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. In fact, Cormoran's place. Cormoran's land.
That would be great.
Yeah. He was named after a Cornish giant. We need Cornwall in there.
We do.
So
we've done Lancashire for Robin.
Lancashire for Robin. Yeah, we've been to Lancashire and all that lot. There was Devon, wasn't it, that they went to in Silkworm?
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously all around London and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need to travel to Cornwall.
To Cornwall.
We need to go to Cornwall. There you go, JK. Can you get
write
that in for us? We'd love that. That would be wonderful. Yeah, I loved having more of his mum in it, and and I love that line. God, I've just thought Shankar when he says about how your Robin's nice, and he said she's like your mum. That moment when he says that,
yeah,
she reminds me of your mum, and it's a really nice moment.
Yeah, and it's like she's the stable version of your mother.
Yeah.
So that's why you love her.
Yeah.
So you need to actually make that happen.
Yeah.
Cormoran.
And the flashback. With her when they're like backstage at a concert or something. And we don't know who's singing.
It's Whittaker, I think.
Oh, it is Whittaker.
It's Whittaker.
And she says, oh yeah, it must be because she says something like, one day you'll find somebody that'll love you as much as like I do, kind of thing. And it's just, oh,
I know, poor Leda.
Poor Leda. She had a tragic ending.
She did.
I kind of, in a sense, I know it's not going to happen, but it'd be nice if we did find out what actually killed Leda.
Maybe we will. Oh, I'm so excited. I need this book. I need Lethal White in my life soon.
Yeah.
Please, JK, just come on.
Well, it's
expedite the process.
It's over to the publishers now. It's out of her hands. She just goes through the editing bit.
Oh my God! Can you
obviously
imagine?
Finalises, confirms she likes the cover, and that's it. That's all she has to do.
Who's her publisher? Bloomsbury? Sphere. If I worked at the Sphere publishing offices, I'd be like, oh my God. I was. Do you reckon, like, the editors, do you reckon, like, they read it for pleasure first and then go...
Well, I don't know. Well, it depends on how fast the editor can read it.
Yeah.
Because the editor has to fully read it because they have to make sure that everything is tied up.
Yeah.
And then do the corrections of any punctuation and all that jazz.
Oh, I can't wait.
Taking out any lines that are redundant. And that's what you do side by side with the author.
I've got the first 3 on paperback. Am I going to have to wait until the summer?
Laura, don't. Just buy it.
In fact, I might buy the hardback and then read it, buy the paperback in the summer and give the hardback to charity. I might do that.
Yeah,
I could do that.
Because I'm not going to pre-order the new one.
No, there's no point.
I have had serious issues with books that I've pre-ordered through Waterstones. I'm going to name it Waterstones because Waterstones is like the main book retailer in the UK.
Apart from Amazon.
Well, yes. Yeah.
The high street
retailer. And I like that I can go up to the store because I work like down the road, literally a minute walk away from the main Waterstones in the area where I work. So it's perfect for me. So I order it there and everything. And for probably about a year or more, whenever I've pre-ordered a book, I've turned up on the day of release and they've gone, oh no, it's still on transit from the warehouse. You're going to have to wait another couple of days. And it's like, you've got a stack of like 50 copies right there. So I've said, cancel that. I'll take one of these. Yeah. And that's every single book I've pre-ordered. So I'm frustrated.
Amazon,
so I'm just gonna go on the day that it's released, 9 o'clock in the morning, go to the Waterstones and buy a copy.
Amazon send it 2 days before the release date. Whereas what Waterstones do is they send it to you on the release date.
Yeah.
Because Amazon understand people want it on the day.
Yeah.
Not 2 days later.
Yeah. So being rather annoyed at Waterstones, I've decided that I'm not going to pre-order it. I'm just going to turn up because it's not like they're going to only have 2 copies of something, are they? So I'm just going to turn up on the day it's released at 9 o'clock in the morning when the doors open, buy it, and then
I'll do the same.
Yeah.
And I'll drop my kids off at school.
Yeah.
And then go and get it on that Wednesday morning because books are always released on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
DVDs and CDs on Mondays and books on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So, and games on Thursdays.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know. But yeah, no, I loved it. It was fantastic.
Yeah. We loved them. We loved them all. Tom Burke.
Lovely man.
Strike. Lovely man.
Lovely man.
Yeah, we love them. We love them all. Can't wait to see what happens. And I wonder when, because it's bound to be already. They've probably signed contracts for it already. They're going to adapt Lethal White.
I reckon they probably already know the release date of the book, and they've probably already got the rights. I should imagine.
Yeah,
they probably
surprise me.
Yeah, when they did the contracts, they probably have like the rights to the books now and the future books.
Yeah. It'd be interesting, and then we have to wait for the next one.
I know.
That's going to be hard because we've waited 2 years for Lethal White so far.
No, 3.
Or is it 3?
I'm sure this came out in 2015. 2015?
Oh gosh, I was thinking it was
3
16.
years.
Right.
3 years.
3 years. So, but she's been very, very busy with lots of other stuff as well in those 3 years. It's not like it's just a case of she solely writes this and that's it.
I wonder if she's already finished the Fantastic Beasts screenplays.
I don't know. It depends on how her, everything else that she's got in her life.
God,
that she's
so much going on.
Yeah, she's got her charities. She's got various other organisations who she's associated with, the Fantastic Beasts, the Coleman Strikes, other things to do with Harry Potter and that. Because
she's also a mother and a wife.
She's a mother. She's a wife.
Lots of stuff to do.
How the hell she does all this? I have no idea.
With a lot of help.
She's Wonder Woman. She is Wonder Woman. I'm sorry, she is. She's amazing as JK, and we love her.
We do
very much. But yeah, so overall, liked the drama. It was different than the book, and we would have liked it to be in 3 episodes, not 2. But still, just as with the other ones, it didn't lose the tone of it. I still really thoroughly enjoy it, and I can't wait to get it on DVD.
Yeah, loved it.
Yeah. And I think that's
it.
Done?
Yeah.
All right then. So we'll see you guys later, and we hope if you've seen the career reveal drama that you liked it too, and if you want to leave us a comment, please do. All right, then, guys.
Bye.
Bye.